Greetings, my dear viewers. It is I, Dreon, and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons Character Conversion. In this series, we normally take characters from outside of Dungeons & Dragons media and transform them into playable characters within Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, but there are times when I'll take characters that are within the boundaries of Dungeons & Dragons and see what they would be like as a playable character. I have done Archon the Cruel and his two companions, Cruel and Torugor Steelfist. I have also done the League of Malevolence from Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And I'm also doing in this little marathon almost. If it was a marathon, it would be in the same day, but this stretch of videos, I am doing Valor's Call, the goodly aligned party within the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. They are the second well, technically they're the third faction listed. The second faction listed was League of Malevolence, and the first is the three main witches. Or is it four? I think it's three. Whatever, it's the main coven. Mercion is the second in line of the Valor's Call, and it states she has a leadership role. I think she is technically second in command compared to Strongheart. But either way, Mercion is still a pretty neat character, even if she is really basic. How basic? Well, she's not a fighter, but she is one singular class. Though I would argue that she does have a multi-class into Bard, we're only covering her one class, since it's the most obvious. Well, starting things off with Mercion, we need stats. And on this channel, we use the point buy system. So, 15 is going to be our highest stat on Wisdom. 14 is next, both on Strength and Charisma. Intelligence will be an 11, and our two lowest stats will be Dexterity at 9, and Constitution as our dump stat at 8. Well, don't worry, that will be shortly fixed, but not completely, since those are the lowest stats. Mercion is a human, that's obvious enough. That'll give us a +1 to each of our stats. We're not using the variant because there wasn't really a good feat or anything really that would fit Mercion. So I just went with a basic human. That'll increase each of our stats by 1 and give us a speed of 30 feet and languages in Common and Dwarvish. Moving on to background, she is a member of Valor's Call, one of the three factions within the Wild Beyond the Witchlight's book. So, Faction Agent makes the most sense. You'll get Insight and Medicine as your skills, 2 languages of your choice, and the feature Safe Haven. For class, it is quite obvious she is a cleric, not to mention that it says within the book that she is a light domain cleric. Light is her domain. Though it does sort of state that she doesn't follow a god. She just follows an ideal of artistic expression and beauty. I do somewhat go over the idea of clerics not being all god worshippers in my first video of the Fallen Gods series. So if you want to check that little playlist out, go right ahead. I do explain a little bit on why that might be, even though it is still very dumb. Why in the world would you be a cleric, a worshipper of a god/religion, if you do not follow a god/religion? It makes no sense. But whatever. You get a 1d8 hit die, and thanks to the negative modifier on our constitution, we have 7 hit points. Which is kind of bad, but that will improve. Kind of. Say proficiencies. For your skills, grab Persuasion and Religion. For languages, grab Common and Dwarvish, since one of her allies is Elkhorn, the member of Valor's Call that we did on Tuesday. You also get Spellcasting, which uses your Wisdom modifier. Your domain is Light. You get domain spells of Burning Hands and Fairy Fire. You get a bonus cantrip in, well, Light. And you also get Warding Flare. Level 2 clerics get Channel Divinity. Turn Undead is the base cleric Channel Divinity, while Radiance of the Dawn is the light cleric's Channel Divinity. 3rd level clerics get more domain spells. Grab Flaming Spear and Scorching Ray. Just a side note, these domain spells do not count against the number of spells you are able to prepare. Level 4 clerics get an ability score improvement. Increase that charisma to a 17. Level 5 clerics get Destroy Undead and 2 more domain spells, Daylight and Fireball. Level 6 clerics get Improved Flare, which increases your warding flare a good deal, which is pretty useful. Level 7 Light Cleric, more domain spells, Guardian of Faith, and Wall of Fire. Why there isn't a Wall of Light, I do not know. Level 8 Clerics, grab a feat. Most importantly, since we are in the Feywild, as of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, we're going to grab Fey Touched. This will increase our Wisdom by 1 point, making it a 17, capping off our ability score as far as the stats listed in Wild Beyond Witchlight go. Grab the spells Misty Step and Hero Wisdom just to have them. Level 9 Clerics of the Light's Domain get more domain spells. Flame Strike and Scrying will be your best picks here. And finally, level 10 Clerics get Divine Intervention. For some reason, I put an M instead of an N. Please ignore that. You actually know what? Let me fix that real quick, even though this is the last slide. Boom, boom. There we go. Boom. Alright, Divine Intervention. Which, again, this requires a god. Mercion doesn't worship a god. Which, again, makes this very dumb. Anyway, that's all for today. Stay tuned for next Tuesday, where I take on the next member of Valor's Call, the Ninja, Molliver. Call her Molly, call her Oliver. You don't know what she is. So much awesomeness in that character, I can't wait to go over her. So stay tuned. This has been Drayhon, and I am offline.